What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode in the Road to Glory Career Mode series. Of course, today's a big one. We have the Carabao Cup final for you all to enjoy after we defeated Manchester United over the two legs in the semi-finals by 3-2, beating them 2-1 at home and then a 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. So we take on Southampton for the final today, and it's very well done for them for getting here. I do believe they beat Brighton on their way to reaching this Carabao Cup final. I'll show you both teams' run-ins right now. So that's how Southampton got here, beating Liverpool on penalties by 4-3, and then defeating MK Dons before beating Brighton 4-2 in the semi-finals. For us, though, we beat we beat Portsmouth 2-0, then we beat Sunderland 3-1, and then beat Manchester United 3-2. So for both sides, only one clean sheet kept between the round of 16 and the final itself. Obviously, we kept ours against Portsmouth. They kept theirs against Liverpool. So only one clean sheet apiece for both sides. There is some unfortunate news before we start this final. Ezri Konsa has broken his tibia and will be out for 4 months. So our club captain is not available for this final. I will show you the lineup and everything that I've chosen when we are about to go into game. I've given some starts to people that helped us get here and such. There is, of course, because it is a final, some other players in there that have to start due to the fact they are the better players at the club. So, unfortunately, even though Santas Canadeas has, in fact, helped us get here, I guess, I've not started him for this final. There is a reason why, and that reason is he's out on loan, I do believe. Let me have a look at that before we move into it. I'm pretty sure that is the case. Squad Hub. I'm pretty sure he went out on loan. I tell a lie, he's going out on loan. He's joining Sheffield Wednesday for a year-long loan at the end of this season. So he could actually start, but I'm not going to do it. I don't want to run the risk. So let's get into this game and see if we can win our final trophy that we need to win in order for us to have won everything with Crew Alexandra. So by the end of the 90 minutes, we'll either know whether or not we need to do it all again next season for the Carabao Cup, or we will already have secured every single trophy. I'm confident, and the boys are ready to go. Let's check out the team. Alright, so it's time to get this final underway, but that's the side that we are going to be playing for this one. I'll probably talk a bit more about it in game, but of course, the start for Delgado, Rodriguez and Grujic in the midfield. Of course, Delgado played quite well in order to get here. Isaac Martin and Donis lead the attacking line instead of Fratchak and Calvert-Lewin today. Again, they were instrumental in getting us here in the first place, so I gave them a start for that. Lukaku also comes back from injury. He starts at left back, and of course, we have our new number one, Donnarumma, in between the sticks. There is the captaincy for today handed over to Grujic. Of course, it would have been Ezri Konsa, but with the injury, he unfortunately is not fit enough to play. And Jay Green has left the club, so I guess our vice-captain, if you will. So he is also not available. But without further ado, let's jump into this cup final. Cup final time, baby! Southampton are not going to be an easy game here. Although we did defeat Manchester United on the way, they're sort of our kryptonite team. They've always caused a bit of a problem. We are taking on Southampton today. They obviously deserve to be in this final. We'll check out their lineup as well and see what it is. I'm imagining they've got a pretty decent team because they seem to spend pretty well. Wembley Stadium is the ground we'll be playing at, of course, with it being the cup final. And this one is the only one we are yet to win. So it would be nice to get ourselves another one added to the trophy case. I can say that for sure. So we'll see what happens. Ward-Prowse is their captain. I have noticed him still at Southampton, surprisingly enough. So not a little, he's not a bad little player, is Ward-Prowse. I've got to give him that. And I've seen Nzonzi read there. I'm just reading some of the back of the shirts. DeSiglio. But I'll check it out, of course, in a second. Miranchuk, their player to watch for us. It's the 19-year-old Isaac Martin, who speculation about whether or not he will remain a Crew Alexandra player come the end of this season. We've held on to him throughout the January transfer window after he had in his transfer request, which declined. There was no offer that came in for him, and thus he stayed and remained a Crew player. But for Southampton, their lineup is this. Lopez in goal, Joe Gomez at the back, I think that is. Mustasic, and then actually it's a decent team. St. Maxim, Miranchuk and Batshuayi up front, so I can see how they've got here. But I've got to say, I'm confident. I think on paper, we have got the better of the two sides, of course. And that is echoed by the fact that we have such a strong bench. You know, when you see our lineup, as you saw the trophy they were playing for, you'll see just how good our bench actually is. I mean, look at that. On our bench, we have Fratchak, Calvert-Lewin, Evans, Zachariah, Oxford, Barso Villa, and Gaia. All of those players could arguably start here today, but I put my faith in the players that I went with throughout this cup run. Delgado, Rodriguez, Isaac Martin, Donis, These guys who got us here have been handed a start today. We'll see if they can take full advantage of it or if I'll need to make changes during it. So it's also a change of formation because we went through the 4-2-3-1 throughout our cup run. But today we're back to the old faithful 4-3-2-1. So let's jump into this final. Craig Pawson, the referee, and see if Crew are going to make it every single trophy secured that we set out to do, as Donis will begin the Carabao Cup final. Come on, boys! And here we go then. It is underway here at the Wembley to see who's going to hoist this Carabao Cup trophy. It's a start and the captaincy today for Marko Grujic. Been such a good signing since he joined us from Liverpool. I'm not sure what the aim was going to be or what kind of game plan we should set out here. I'm intended to just keep hold of it and dominate the play like we have been doing recently, as John Lukaku nice and early on the ball here. We'll lay up to Donis. We need the runners off the ball to work today. Rodriguez is that man over. And we lay it back towards Grujic. As long as we keep hold of the ball well enough, I think we've got a really good shot. Isaac Martin again, lovely turn. Gets that left-footed strike away. It's straight at Lopez, but it's early warning signs for Southampton. He's definitely the player to watch, as he was highlighted right at the start. He has got the capabilities to strike the ball very well as Isaac Martin when you need him to. So it's definitely going to be a player they need to keep tabs on. There is Alexander-Arnold again. Up a long way again, though. He will lay it back towards Rodriguez. It's been consistent pressure here in this first half. We've had all of the ball. Southampton not able to do anything just yet. Rodriguez, Donis, very nicely done, nearly squeezing it through towards Grujic. Again, it's been all the pressure has been on Southampton as we win it back, and it's going to come straight back at them. Martin again. Now Donis again. In towards the penalty area, Donis. Can't beat Nastasic. Oh, he's made a mistake! Donis! It's 1-0 Crew in this final! Massive mistake made by Nastasic! And Donis profits massively through the legs of the goalkeeper. Southampton 0, Crew 1. It's been coming. The pressure has been mounting on Southampton in this first half. All of the ball, all of the play in their particular half of the pitch. And they've not been able to get out. And Crew have made something of nothing there. It was great defending initially from Nastasic, as you can see, holding off his man. But then he just... Oh, what's he doing? What is he doing? He gets caught in two minds. He thinks, should I lay this back to my keeper or should I just smash this ball out? And I got to say, it's not the most convincing finish from Donis. It's in anyway, so he won't complain. But maybe he should have gone near post even with that. Because imagine the scenes if he hit it straight at the goalkeeper. Nevertheless, Crew have the lead in this Carabao Cup final. It's a moment of sheer horror for Nastasic, and he won't want to see that one played back too many times on the big screen. And he's given the ball away here again. Immediately after that, as Isaac Martin now will come forward. Southampton really need to wake up and calm down when they're on the ball, because they're giving it away and they can't seem to get out of their half right now. Alexander-Arnold again towards Donis again. Here is Isaac Martin trying to get on that left foot of his. We know he can, and he gets onto it, and his strike is over the top of the crossbar. But again, for Southampton, something needs to change, because at the moment, they're going to get completely run over here. Much better from Southampton. They've worked their way out of their half. And Miranchuk here, initially, he might set up his teammate. He will, but St. Maxim, with the biggest chance for Southampton in this first half, has put it wide of the post. Warning signs for us here. We didn't defend very well at all. Allowed them too much time to be able to pick out their passes. And in the end, luckily, it goes wide of the post. Florian Haas not defending when he's called upon here. Obviously getting that away with Marko Grujic now. And all of a sudden, tides have changed. It's like that goal has sparked Southampton to life and us to not doing much at all. Florian Haas clears that ball away. It's going to be a Southampton throw-in. But now all of a sudden, we're the ones who need to wake up and stop defending like mugs. St. Maxim again in towards the penalty area. Too much time again. This time Donnarumma will have it in his hands. Alexander-Arnold needs to get touch tight. Towards Donis. Great turn from Donis. And he feeds Isaac Martin here, who's trying to get it onto that left foot again. And he does it again. Isaac Martin into a really good area. Can he get the ball across? He can do. And Lopez makes what could be a vital interception of that play. That's the half-time whistle. We do go in at the break by a goal to 0 up. But for Southampton having chances, it could have quite easily been 1-1. Nevertheless, the Carabao Cup final, we're 45 minutes away from securing victory. It's been a semi-quiet half for Donnarumma, but he had to be called upon once in that half. Donis' only goal separating the two teams. And I've got to say, first 20 minutes, we were brilliant. Second 20, not so much. I mean, again, look at this. 37% of our 67% possession have been in Southampton's half. So definitely a one-way show in the terms of how much of the ball we've had. but it hasn't stopped them creating chances. So for the second half, we need to shut up shop or find a second goal, I think. So I'm more confident in trying to find the second than I am in defending this 1-0 lead. So that's probably the way we're going to try and do this. Batshuayi started off the second half. Grujic wins it back. That's a free kick, ref. Nothing given from the referee today, and Ward-Prowse profits. But Lukaku should be able to defend it and does so. Grujic was fouled there. Lovely win back by Lukaku, and there goes Martin. A little bit of space for him to use again. Not the quickest, though, so we need to do something with it. The cross in towards the middle is too easy for Lopez. And that sums up, really, the problem that we have sometimes. It's our final end product. I am going to make a couple of changes here. Zakaria is going to be the first one to come onto the field of play. 6'3", of course, newly signed for £40 million. And he's going to come on to try and shore up this victory, really, and just make sure that we don't do anything silly. So he's on stay back while attacking. But for now, I think I'm going to leave the rest of it as it is, because change too much, then you'll change the overall dynamic. But Delgado, who got his start because he helped us reach this final, will now leave the field of play. And we have Zakaria coming on to try and, I guess, shore up the win. Lovely footwork, St. Maxim, as he feeds back. Batshuayi! Florian Haas, I think, got a touch to that, and that could have been an important interception indeed. There's still not that change made yet, because we're still waiting for the ball to actually go out of the field of play. So at the moment, we still actually have Delgado on. This is El Ghazi. El Ghazi's got Martin over on the other side. Instead, he chooses to go on his own, and he went near post. Oh, another big chance in this final, which we could have ended the game off, really. I was looking over towards the left-hand side for potentially a cutback towards Isaac Martin, but he never really committed to it. And in the end, I think El Ghazi got caught in between two minds, whether or not he wanted to cut it back or shoot. And so ended up going near post and put it wide. So not a good finish in the end. Zakaria is now onto the field of play, and will look to help us get this victory, as he's already chasing the ball backwards there. Florian Haas got an interception, and we'll get away with it. Martin, Grujic, Zakaria comes forward. Been a live wire since he's come on the field of play, as that's a turn from El Ghazi. He's got Alexander Arnold making the overlapping run, and here is the fullback. Can we use it well, though? The cross towards the middle. Donny's important block. Grujic now may have taken a slight nick off a defender, which is why it halted the ball's progress. But another big chance from us here. We need to take one of these, I think, because Southampton surely will get one between now and the end of the game when they start committing more bodies forward. Good win back, Zakaria. That's what he was being brought on the field to do. Get another bursting run forward from Alexander Arnold from fullback, and he puts the good cross in again. But again, it's too close to the keeper. What on earth is being given here? I think it's a free kick to the goalkeeper. Yes, it is. Isaac Martin. Referee not happy with that challenge that he put in there, but I've got to say, there wasn't a lot in that for me. I'm going to make another change here with 10 minutes remaining. I'm going to bring off Rodriguez, and we'll actually bring on Barso Villa. I'm going to leave the last one just in case, by some miracle, we concede and ended up having to go to extra time. So another change, Barso Villa on. Fresh legs again in that midfield. Off comes Rodriguez. 10 minutes away from securing our Carabao Cup win. Here is the fresh legs of Barso Villa, and you can really tell because all of a sudden there's space in behind, and here goes El Ghazi! Lopez is there. Donis brings it down actually very well. Gets the pass across. That's got to be 2-0 Crew. That's game, set, and match. I said I wasn't sure about our defending in order to try and secure this Carabao Cup win with a clean sheet, but honestly, now it should be set in stone. And I've got to say again, it's another good save from Lopez. The fresh legs of Barso Villa really did help, and there's not a lot the defender can do, because if he goes in for the challenge on Donny's, pushes him over, it's going to be a penalty. So he had the intuity to be able to bring the ball down and then feed Isaac Martin, who scores in this Carabao Cup final. It's an assist and a goal for Donis, but it's been a poor show at the back for Southampton. They've created chances. They haven't taken one when they've done that, but ultimately it's their defence that's let them down in this Carabao Cup final, I've got to say. Because better defence, you don't concede the first one, which comes from a mistake, and then the second one, you don't allow him to bring the ball down. So, yeah, 2 cases for Southampton where they've got to improve. Isaac Martin immediately looking on the front foot again. We might even get a third here. And I think this is down to the fact that Southampton now need to start committing men forward. Lukaku shot. Deflected out for a corner ball. 2 minutes left. This is it. Any moment now, the referee will do it, and there it is. Crew Alexandra have won every single trophy that we set out to win with them. A 2-0 victory at Wembley here secures our Carabao Cup win. Isaac Martin scoring in the 86th minute alongside a Donny's earlier strike. And again, you know, we look at the team, we said this, we gave starts to people who helped us get here. And unfortunately, the club captain, Esri Konsa, is not available to lift it. But somebody who has been a very good servant since his, signing, really, on a free. in the form of Grujic will get the opportunity to lift this Carabao Cup. And you can see as well a lot of team cohesion with the rest of the boys there who didn't play today actually being in part of the celebration. So I bet Grujic is loving this. He gets his opportunity to come up and actually lift this trophy. You can see Evans in the background, didn't play a part today, but has been instrumental this season alongside Jose Gaia as well, and a few of the other players. Calvert-Lewin, of course, the club's top scorer this season so far. Very close to him is Fratchat, but this is the moment. Marko Grujic gets his hands on the Carabao Cup, and Crew Alexandra have won every single trophy we have set out to win in this series. Now all that's left is the World Cup with England. Is it the World Cup or European Championships? One or the other anyways. We still have that to secure, but let's enjoy this moment. Crew are champions again. And I mean, what can you say other than the fact that we have dominated again today? Every single game the boys set out, they get the game plan done, we dominate the game, and we most likely come away with the win. There are occasions when it's not the case, but look at the fans. For them, it's been a really crazy ride. In what, 7 years, we've taken them from League 2 to winning every single competitive trophy that we actually set out to win. The Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup. We've won all 4 of those, winning some other ones, the Cup of Europe along the way. So we've had some massive moments in this series, and that's just another one to add to the collection. The team's changed a lot over the years as well, you can say that, but thus far, that is it for the Carabao Cup final. You can see again, performance-wise, we outplayed Southampton on nearly every single position of that pitch. But you've got to say, without their defensive frailties, that would have been a 0-0 draw, and it may have been extra time and potentially penalties. Mistake made by Nastasic, and then they allowed Donis to bring the ball down with a few minutes remaining. So you can't do that from a Southampton perspective. And that is the end of the game. Of course, right now, Chelsea, 13 games to go, are only 6 points behind us in the league. So that's our main concern from the rest of this now. We need to focus on not letting them catch us up in the league. But ultimately, it's been a very, very tidy episode so far. All right, next up, we take on Liverpool. I'm going to sim the game because it is at home. And if we lose it, we lose it. We'll be 6 points ahead still. They're only 10th at the moment in the league, so definitely not having a good season. But, yeah, I mean, Chelsea are closing the gap. On another season, right, we would be massively way out in front. Imagine if Chelsea were having a similar season to Spurs, right? We'd be 18 points clear, but they're not. They're performing pretty well. So, definitely taking us right down to the wire here. And it's probably going to be one of the more tough seasons we're going to have, especially if Chelsea get the right result and we lose to Liverpool. So, we'll see what happens. Let's jump into the game. Of course, Donnarumma starts, Lukaku at right back because Alexander-Arnold is a little bit unfit. This game comes literally a day and a half pretty much after that Carabao Cup final, so every chance that we may go on to lose this, but Evans has given us the lead inside 2 minutes of injury for Liverpool. Vieto forced off early on. Solanke takes his place now. They still have Salah, they still have Coutinho, they've got a very, very good team, so I honestly don't know how they are 10th place, but Evans doubles our advantage. We're 2-0 up, and it should be now 3 points heading back with us. But Naby Keita is going to make it a very nervy last 10 minutes with a goal. Can we hold on? Yes, we can. A 2-1 victory. Spurs losing as well. Man City winning. I didn't see if Chelsea were playing, and if so, what their result was. So I'm not entirely sure. But all I know is that they won, because they did win. They won 1-0 against Forest because we stay 6 points clear. And coincidentally, Forest are our next opponents. Just thought I'd show you this 15-year-old Chinese right midfielder. Hints of Ji Sheng, is it? He's got a potential of 91 to 94, which is sensational. Definitely reminds me of a young Ji Sheng, I guess you could say. But that is pretty decent. Whether or not he's going to play a part, I mean, I don't know because, of course, we are so far in at this point. Where are Nottingham Forest in the table? They find themselves 18th. So chances are we can win this by a sim. I'm probably going to do that. And then I might end the episode there because we have to play against Atletico in the round of 16 next leg, which we will do next episode. And then, of course, we've got some other games to play. And this episode, I don't want it to be overshadowed because it was all about the Carabao Cup final. So I'll change my team probably slightly and then sim this game. And that will most likely be the end of the episode. So bear with me a sec, guys. Here we are then. We've got Donis back in the starting 11 and Grujic comes in as well alongside Alexander-Arnold, who's back. So the 3 changes from the team that just beat Liverpool 2-1. Starts here against Nottingham Forest. And in the Nottingham Forest team is a former Crew player. Dickinson starts at left wing back for them. Calvert-Lewin did give us the lead, but Cummings has equalised after Fratchak has picked up an injury. So not forced off yet, but we'll have to wait and see if he is going to be a long-term injury and whether or not we can find another one. Calvert-Lewin in the 74th minute scores a second, and we get the 2-1 win. Fratchak eventually did come off. Isaac Martin came on. Whether or not that's going to be a long-term injury to our Polish striker, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, if it is, I'm slightly worried about that because he is one of our better players at the moment. And he's out for 7 days, so at least it's not a long-term injury. But he will definitely miss this second leg against Atletico Madrid. So I'll end the episode off there, guys. Of course, it's probably going to be a slightly shorter one than usual, but because of that, I didn't want the the Carabao Cup finals to be overshadowed, so that is the reason why, and I hope you guys understand that. Nevertheless, hopefully you did enjoy it. Of course, we do hold the top spot at the moment in the league as well over Chelsea, who are enjoying a very good season this season, but we're trying our best to keep them behind us. I will see you all for another episode in this series and the second leg of the Atletico Madrid round of 16 tie in the near future. If you did enjoy the episode, a like would be greatly appreciated. If you are new around here and like what you see, the subscribe button is down below. And I've just realised how hard this is trying to sign off a video whilst trying to make sure I'm putting the right players into the training. So not doing a good job at this, am I? But still, yeah, massive thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all again soon. Adios.